Let's come into an Eastern Conference contest in this game. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just one game before heading back out. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
Yeah, this is a great team, and I wouldn't put it past them to continue to play at a very high level. I mean, that's the makeup of the squad. You know, they've got great character, tremendous talent, and obviously very well coached. They very well could continue to play this kind of basketball throughout the course of the season.
And before we get underway here, let's send it over to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Steve Clifford.
Okay, Kevin, thanks very much. He told me he's anticipating just as tough a game today as the first time they met this team, a result that did not go their way. He said, "We know we're in the underdog role against these guys, and that's fine by us. We welcome the challenge." Well, let's see if they're up to it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And the athleticism for both teams, Chris, certainly there to see.
Oh, you're so right. Very explosive. You love to see the game play out above the rim. I mean, some top 10 plays in the making tonight.
So fun. Tip-off goes to Charlotte. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Batum teams up with Kid Gilchrist on the perimeter. Zeller is out there with Williams, and it's Walker in at the point guard. Now, here's Walker. He's looking for Kid Gilchrist and finds him. Williams kicks to Zeller. The 8-footer, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Zeller's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Hornets. Picked by Horford. Bradley against Batum. The dish to Thomas. Smart wide open, he fires. And the three ball is good. Smart's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Showing his range. Smart spacing the floor.
Walker the pass to Williams. Johnson with the defensive effort. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Timberwolves at Target Center.
And winning that game the way they did with the incredible fourth-quarter comeback couldn't have left them feeling any better.
Really surprised he clanked out when he makes those on the regular.
And over the past few seasons, Chris, you've seen the role of Kid Gilchrist grow in the offense.
Kid Gilchrist has always been good in the open floor. The big change is his ability to get to space in the half-court sets and knock down shots. Now, he still prefers to attack the rim, but now you have to respect all aspects of his game.
Now here's Thomas. A 29-point game for him in the win against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
Well, and credit him for taking it right to the defense. He was drawing fouls all night.
Pass to Walker. Back to Batum. He dishes it to Williams. From deep, Walker unable to get that one. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. It seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
It was like they were teasing the crowd, letting them get a little amped up, and then shut up with another dagger.
The turnaround jumper. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Horford.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Williams. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. First trip to the line for him here. And the first one at the line is good. So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Zeller, he's checked in for Horford. Jerebko comes in for Johnson. Brown, he's checked in for Smart. And it's Rozier in for Thomas. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Zeller. Frank Kaminsky comes in for Kid Gilchrist. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Sessions subbed in for Walker.
He's upset he missed on a chance to give them the lead, but he evens things up.
Here's Bradley. Last time out, he had 13 points. From deep. Got the shot. He got it.
No better feeling to be able to deliver in a moment like that.
When you hit him like that,
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
huge basket there. That's a highlight reel shot right there.
And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks bought in his stockpile.
I know he's feeling real good about his decision. He's one of the bright coaching stars in our league.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
How good has the ball movement been here? Just absolutely terrific.
Yeah, really unselfish. The guys are in it for each other. I mean, racking up huge assist totals. Love to see the game being played this way.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Charlotte, Williams is out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Hawes in at center. Boston making some changes. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Tyler Zeller, and Marcus Smart has subbed in for Bradley. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. And when you talk about a player having an NBA-ready body, you want them to have the strength to compete with vets right off the bat. And make no mistake about it, Jaylen Brown has an NBA-ready body.
I'm just not sure the NBA is ready for him. I mean, he is a physical monster. Takes contact like defenders are insects and can still finish strong through the foul. Has a combo of speed, strength, lift, and endurance that you rarely see from a player his age.
Here is Hawes after the basket by Boston. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for the Hornets.
And they really feasted from beyond the arc. Quantity and quality. Boy, they filled it up. And when you can punish a defense like that from long range, it can be demoralizing.
Celtics leading by 5. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Brown outside. Here's Olynnyk. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Well, Kelly Olynnyk out of Gonzaga. Maybe the closest, Chris, we've seen to Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about 7-footers who can space the floor.
Well, he's a 7-footer now, but he grew up playing guard before he had that late growth spurt. You just don't find many players at his size with that kind of shooting and fluidity with the ball. I think his agility at his size is probably the most underrated aspect to his game.
No good on the free throw.
And Kelly Olynnyk grew up in Toronto. In 7th grade, his family moved to Kamloops, British Columbia. He and Steve Nash, the 2 notable players to come out that region.
Al Horford's checked in for the Celtics. Thomas comes in for Terry Rozier. And then for Charlotte, Roy Hibbert's checked in for Hawes. Batum comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Walker subbed in for Sessions. And he sinks the second. Chris, you know how physically punishing the NBA can be, especially in the post. Which big men do you think are the most physical in the game right now?
Oh, well, I think you have to look at Drummond. I mean, Drummond. He's physical down there, man. He's a wide load. You still have to look at Marc Gasol, even though he's gone through some injuries. Zebo. And then you got to look at big Boogie Cousins out there. All those guys are physical, and you want to bang with any of them, and you want any of them to be on your team banging for you.
Yes. Now Walker, after Marcus Smart missing on that last three-pointer. Kid Gilchrist against Brown. Shot off the pick. Charlotte no good that time either.
Well, first let's talk about the pick. That was as lazy of a screen as I've ever seen. You have to commit on it if you want to get your teammate open.
Here's Thomas. That one good for two. Thomas got his first 2 points of the night.
At the rim, long distance. Thomas can score from anywhere on the court.
And here's Walker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut back down again to 6 with the basket from Hibbert. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Grizzlies.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Well, ugly is a good word. I mean, they just seemed scattered. The play calling failed to create any open looks. Just a rough night in the scoring column. Just pathetic.
They set the pick. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Walker. 6 to shoot. Down low. Unloads. And it's Hibbert missing.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Oh, you're right. That's just a great combination of leverage and toughness. But not back him down.
Rejected by Walker. They retain possession. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Celtics, leading by 9. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better. Or it's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They really did some damage in the second quarter, and as things started clicking for them, they were able to get out to a 9-point lead by halftime. Taking a look at the Celtics, Shaq, what do you think?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
Looking at Charlotte, Kenny, your thoughts?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
The second half just about to get going here. One of the stories here, Marcus Smart getting it done today.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
Well, he can be sneaky effective. Other teams don't typically game plan for him, and that's how he's been able to surprise people.
Here's Thomas. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
Now, in 2013, the Celtics began their rebuild in earnest. Right away, they made some great moves hiring Brad Stevens from the college ranks to take over as head coach. And also, a terrific trade with Brooklyn, getting 3 first-round picks and the right to swap picks in exchange for Garnett and Paul Pierce.
Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Smart is out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Horford in at the 5. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Now Walker, after Marcus Smart missing on that last three-pointer. Beyond the arc. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Walker. And you talk about that trade with the Nets. Looking back, what a trade for the Celtics.
Wow, I forgot about that. Yeah, Brooklyn's run with Pierce and KG was short-lived, and as their fortunes have waned, it's been one heck of a windfall for these guys in green. So many young assets. You knew they had to make some moves just to fit their roster limitations.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Picked by Horford in the corner. Smart with it. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And Horford lays it up and in. Horford's got his first 2 points.
Well, after failing to hit on their first 3 attempts of the half, they finally got one to go there.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And it had been something that had been talked about in the past via trade, but Al Horford joined Boston in the offseason via free agency. It was the fit that he wanted team-wise, and Horford was ready for a new challenge. So great fit with this roster and the city of Boston.
Making some changes. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Horford. Jerebko comes in for Smart. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Charlotte also making some changes. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Bellinelli comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Sessions subbed in for Walker. And Al Horford got a max deal to come to the Boston Celtics. GA, he's on the wrong side of 30, but when you look at his game, his all-star resume, you don't see a real sharp decline coming.
Great point, Kevin, and that's why the Celtics were willing to give Horford the contract they gave him. He was one of the bigger free agent names on the market. You knew that the Celtics would want to make a splash in free agency, and he was their guy.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by Avery Bradley. Williams kicks to Hawes. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Hawes got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Bradley passes to Johnson. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Pick by Zeller. Pass to Bradley. Just 5 on the clock. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Bradley's got 5 now.
And you know what? While Bradley is focused on shooting more threes and less two-point jumpers, I mean, when you're feeling it, you got to let it fly, guy.
Sessions dishes to Bellinelli. Williams a screen on Bradley. Bellinelli with the 3. Celtics leading by 5. Now here's Bradley. He has 5. Johnson the screen. Bradley kicks to Rozier. Beyond the arc. No good. And we've reached the end of the third. Celtics lead by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Hey, bottom line is, good things are going to happen, bad things are happening. How you respond is the biggest key. Let's go.
And Brad Stevens moments ago, focusing on what they can do now rather than worrying about what's already happened.
Yeah, and this is all you can do. Put all of your energy into this moment. The past, the future, they don't matter.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth, they've got Bellinelli. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Roy Hibbert, and it's Kaminsky in at the 4 slot. And that one falls for Walker.
And really, Walker takes the responsibility of being the leader for this team very seriously, never afraid of making the big play.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
Hornets trail by 4. Outside, Walker. The pass to Hibbert. Outside, Batum. Clock at 6. Kaminsky, the pass to Hibbert. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And he knocks down the first one. That one is no good. Celtics leading by 3. Here's Bradley. Batum grabs the miss.
The defender stayed on him without fouling and did great work there.
Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. Kaminsky sets the pick for Walker. The offensive rebound, Hibbert. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Pivotal moment of the game. These guys keep their composure, find the size mismatch for the lane.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Thomas kicks to Johnson. Up top, Brown. Thomas against Walker. The kick out to Brown. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
Oh, you love to see Brown knock down the 3 ball, showing great strides in improving his range.
Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Williams comes in for Kaminsky. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford had to say to his team. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen. But we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off him a little.
1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Walker, picked by Williams. Walker the pass to Batum. Williams sets a screen for Batum. Shot clock at 6. Williams a screen on Johnson. Batum for three. Charlotte gets it back. Williams kicks to Zeller. Picked by Williams. Walker goes in. Back to Zeller. And stolen by Horford. Outside Bradley. Jacks up a three. Rebound by Williams. The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Zeller. That shot off. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Outside Bradley. Johnson the screen. Thomas dishes to Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson sets the screen for Bradley. He used that pick to perfection. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
I mean, well, come on. Don't they look super confident right now? They just have to control the pace of this game, and they'll be in awesome shape.
Batum passes to Walker. Charlotte moving it around. Takes the three. Williams' shot is off. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so the Celtics now can just hold on to the ball. Thomas with the ball. So we see Boston get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kev. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan, Avery Bradley. He took the reins tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role. He was confident, almost bordering on cocky, but you can't argue with the results. Shaq, your thoughts?
Ernie, Kenny, what got into this guy, man? He was sensational. Easily the MVP of the game. Maybe with some of that home cooking. Fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, potato salad, iced tea. He was getting a lot of love from the fans, and rightfully so. Seeing him step his game up like that will always get the crowd pumped.
He affected the game in so many areas tonight. Scorching the nets on one end, locking down guys on the other. That's a complete player, Ernie. That is a guy that you want on your team.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see ya.
Good night.